This is a special edition of NBC 10 at Issue with Philadelphia Republican mayoral candidate Karen Brown.
And we're back on the special edition of NBC 10 at Issue. I'm Steve Highsmith, my guest, Republican nominee for Mayor Karen Brown. Ms. Brown, again, thanks for being here. The homicide rate is down in Philadelphia compared to 2007. It's, however, up a little bit over a year ago. What's your take on it?
Well, in the debate, we were discussing that, and Michael Nutter used last year's figures of 22%. It's actually 17% as of today. And I think we've had way too many people. We had 3 die last night. You know, we need to reach our kids, because it's kids. It's kids dying. It's not elderly, or it's kids. Kids are killing kids. Kids have guns. What is going on? It's like the OK Corral in the city.
Give me 2 things you do in outline fashion that are different from what's been done.
What I'm doing now, I'm going around into the schools and mentoring the kids, trying to show them with other people like Curtis Marsh and some of the boxers who I taught that have actually made it pro, to show them that there's a way out of the gangs. We have to educate our kids away from the gangs and find schools, and it's all through schools. If you turn those schools around and give them business schools and trade schools again, they'll stay in school, the gangs won't look so as attractive, and they won't have guns, and they won't be killing each other in the street.
So you're saying the mayor is not doing enough to spread the message that there's another way? I mean, there are a bunch of programs going on out there.
The kids can't vote, and he's not catering to them. He's catering to corporate America. He's catering to the voters. He's not catering to the kids. Kids don't matter in this administration. And I would also hire more cops. There hasn't been a cop class. He just put one in. It consists of 6 cops. You know, we needed to have cop classes every year because they retire every year. Why did you wait 4 years to put your first class in?
Well, there are different classes, obviously, that are trying to get underway or have been underway, but not, if you go back even a few years before that, this has been a very tight budget for the city, especially since the early to mid-90s. When you look at the recession that's taken place, what do you say to the voter that might say, well, maybe you're right, we should have more of this and more of that, but given what's happening around the country, it's understandable we don't have a lot more?
Well, I'm going back again. There's certain things you don't touch. When you're being a single mom, I didn't buy filet mignon when I couldn't keep the gas on. So you don't touch the cops, the firemen, or the kids, because they're your essentials. That's what everybody wants. You find ways to cut the budget from within. And you can't ask people to do something that you're not willing to do yourself.
How much of a $3.9 billion budget can you cut?
Well, you know, there's $6 million right in 311. Cut that. And I'd cut that. Right. I don't even know why we need that. I'm perfectly capable, and my mother is perfectly capable of dialing a number if you put it in the phone book. Why do we need somebody to dial the number for us? I mean, it's great to create jobs, so let's not create nonsense jobs.
But how much of that roughly $4 billion do you think are fixed costs that you can't touch?
I would personally, when we do the audit, I'm going to look and see where the money has been spent for 12 years, not 4. They go mayor to mayor. I want to go back 3 mayors and look and see. I just want to see why we're not spending money on our core services. And when I get in there, I will look, and we'll just have to adjust money. And I'm going to have to ask the council, as well as myself, to cut their staff, to do more with less, and we'll start there.
All right, we have another Facebook question. This is from Lynn, and she wants to know if you're going to be the mayor for all the people.
Yes, I am.
How so?
Because I'm not from the upper crust. I'm from the working middle class. So I know what it is to struggle in this economy. I know what it is to struggle in Philadelphia with our tax burden. So I'm going to reach, and believe it or not, middle class is the biggest crust of Philadelphia. So I will be the mayor for all the people because I can relate to both sides. I relate to the people that are doing well in the city, and I relate to the people that are not doing well.
The sentencing controversy over convicted killer Mumia Abu-Jamal continues, and right now his side has the upper hand, and at this moment it appears that he won't be put to death, or there'll have to be a new sentencing hearing on whether or not he should receive the death penalty in the end. What's your take on that?
You know, I'm not, death penalty to me, you have to be absolutely certain, because there has been mistakes, and once you put somebody to death, you can't take that back. It's like you can't say, oh, sorry, I made a mistake. I believe that until you are truly certain, and they've been pushing this for over a year because they truly believe he didn't warrant that. They believe that the judge overstepped their bounds. And, you know, I wasn't there for the hearing, so I can't say.
What do you say to members of the African American community who believe that even though there have been improvements, they still don't fully trust the police department?
I have to say that they will under me, because I want to bring back the community policeman. I want to bring back the cop that actually is in that neighborhood all the time, and they know the neighbors know him. He's part of the community. We've gotten so distanced from our firemen and our cops, there's no more community base, and I think we need to go old school again. I think we need to bring the community fireman, the community cop, so the neighbors know who he is, they know the kids, and they feel safe because they know he's there.
All right, still to come, who is Karen Brown? What does it tell us about how she would govern? That and more ahead on NBC 10 Edition. Stay tuned.
You're watching the special edition of NBC 10 at Issue.